And in today's episode, among other things, you'll see China unveils a humanoid robot with realistic skin, blinking eyes, and designed to live among us, human beings. Scientists developed an artificial neuron that thinks, learns, and reacts like a real one. Is this the peak merger of biology and technology? Honor unveils the first robot smartphone resembling Pip from Star Wars, promising lifelike emotions. Jetson launches a Formula One-style flying vehicle race in the skies, aiming to revolutionize transportation for all. And the cute humanoid robot, which promises a genuinely human connection inside homes, is coming. Let's check all of this out. Hello, are you impressed? I'm realidad impresionante. Only I can joke about this, not you, okay? That's all, egghead tech. No more stalling, let's get to the video. Honor shocked the world by unveiling the first robot phone, merging artificial intelligence robotics and mobile design. At the Magic 8 Pro launch, the company concluded by introducing the Honor robot phone, calling it a new species of technology. The promise, a device that not only responds to commands, but senses, looks around, and even shows emotions. A real digital pocket companion inspired by something between Pixar's Owly and Star Wars pocket droid Pip. According to Honor, the device will integrate multimodal artificial intelligence, robotic movements, and advanced portable image generation features. The demo video shows the phone with a camera on a motorized gimbal that extends and rotates from the back to observe its surroundings. As if it were self-aware, this mobile camera can shoot photos and videos from any angle and makes curious sounds like cinema's most charismatic droids. But behind the visual spectacle, there's a deeper vision: to turn our smartphones into something emotionally interactive. Honor describes the robot phone as an emotional companion that feels, in quotes. It adapts and evolves, creating a more natural relationship between humans and machines. Giving personality and expressions to artificial intelligence helps people feel more comfortable interacting with it, something that can indeed redefine the way we interact with our digital assistants. Inspired by earlier designs like the ASUS Zenfone 6's flip-up camera, Honor's concept goes much further. Then it adds autonomous movements, expression, and a kind of technological presence. The teaser shows a device entertaining children, taking selfies, watching the sky, and even skydiving, suggesting a fusion between smartphone, robot, and personal assistant. The robot phone exists only in a concept video with no physical prototype or release date. The company said it will announce updates at the Mobile World Congress as part of its ambitious alpha plan for the future of human-machine interaction. And would you be able to get used to carrying a robot phone in your pocket, looking all around, watching everything you're doing? I think so, and let me know down below, will you? And in Bavaria, a quarry lake has just become a global landmark for clean energy. The German company Thin Power has inaugurated the world's first vertical floating solar power plant, a structure that promises to revolutionize the way we harness sunlight, and, according to them, even improve life underwater. Located at Jay's Gravel Quarry in Stamberg, the plant has a 2-megawatt capacity and produces about 2 gigawatts annually, enough to power hundreds of homes. What sets it apart is the skip-flop system, a patented innovation that positions solar panels vertically. An east-west orientation lets them capture energy all day, even during times when traditional systems become less efficient. The panels are set in 4-meter-wide water corridors, improving light reflection, air circulation, and reducing area heating. Floating on the lake, each module is anchored by a flexible structure at a depth of 1.5 meters, naturally adapting to the wind and changes in the water level. The result is a partnership, a platform that is dynamic, efficient, and has a low environmental impact. SimPower says the project meets all German federal water resources law regulations, occupying less than 4.65% of the lake's surface, and according to them, this is well below the legal limit. Surprisingly, the company said the environmental impact was positive. At least, right? They observed improvements in water quality and new habitats for fish and water birds, thanks to the partial shade and the reduction in surface temperature. During the inauguration, the Bavarian Prime Minister, Markus Söder, emphasized that the plant represents the future of clean energy in Europe. The challenge now is expanding the technology to artificial and maritime bodies of water, proving that the sun can indeed power our planet without taking up space on solid ground. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, has taken another step toward the future of space exploration. On October 13th, the colossal Starship rocket successfully completed its 11th test flight, marking the second consecutive success of the program and consolidating the most promising phase since the beginning of the project. The launch occurred at Starbase, southern Texas, as the final test of this vehicle's version 2. There, which stands 123 meters tall, that's taller than a 35-story building. All 33 Raptor engines on the Super Heavy booster ignited during flight, propelling Starship until separation. Next, the upper stage reignited its 6 engines to continue the ascent, and later it performed a simulated orbital burn, thus demonstrating its ability to maneuver in space. Both the Super Heavy booster and Starship landed intact, the booster in the Gulf of Mexico and the Starship in the Indian Ocean. Along with the dual landing, the test validated in-orbit refueling and mock Starlink payload deployment, simulating future commercial and scientific missions. Starship is at the heart of Elon Musk's vision to make humanity a multiplanetary species. National Aeronautics and Space Administration selected his rocket as the crewed landing module for Artemis 3, set to return humans to the moon as soon as 2027, with plans extending much further. Musk wants Starship to be the vehicle that will establish the first human colonies on Mars, transporting not only astronauts, but also structures, energy, and even entire habitats. SpaceX is already developing versions 3 and 4 of this rocket, each more ambitious than the previous. Version 3 is expected to be a little bigger, just 124 meters tall, while the future Starship V4, informally nicknamed Future Starship, will reach 142 meters. It will have 42 Raptor engines, including 9 on the upper stage. These new variants are set to begin orbital flights, cargo missions, and in-space propellant transfers. This is a key step for interplanetary travel. Elon Musk personally attended the launch of Flight 11 for the first time, outside the control room. He described the experience as much more visceral, highlighting the almost physical sound and vibration of this liftoff. Now, after several successful launches and a full fleet being built, the company is preparing for the most challenging phase, putting Starship into orbit and bringing it back to Earth, fully reusable. If this goal is achieved very soon, humanity may, for the first time, have a vehicle capable of landing, refueling, and departing again for another world. University of Massachusetts scientists have achieved a milestone that may blur the line between machines and living organisms. They have created an artificial neuron capable of firing impulses, learning, and responding to chemical signals, just like a human neuron does. The discovery opens a new era in bioelectronics, enabling circuits and cells to communicate. And the secret lies in a component called a memristor, a type of resistor that remembers the electrical signals that pass through it. Unlike conventional versions, the model developed by the team is built with protein nanowires from a bacterium called Geobacter sulfuriducens. These biological wires conduct naturally, enabling the artificial neuron to function at just 0.1 volts, nearly the same as a real neuron. It's 100 times more efficient than earlier artificial models, an unprecedented achievement in neuromorphic systems engineering. To replicate a biological neuron's dynamics, the researchers integrated the main resistor into a simple circuit. To replicate all phases of a neural firing, charge integration, excitation peak, and return to rest, the system also has a refractory period, a short pause before it can fire again. Just like in the human brain, the result is an electronic component that not only mimics, but also functions within the same physiological parameters as real biology. The team went even further, connecting the artificial neuron to human heart cells grown in laboratories. The circuit responded to cell impulses and detected activity changes when exposed to norepinephrine, a natural neurotransmitter. Its unique quality is its chemical sensitivity. It relies not just on electricity, but also responds to biological substances like dopamine and sodium ions. And all of this adapts in real time, just like the neurons in our body can do. With this, the scientists demonstrated the possibility of creating a direct bridge between the biological and the digital. In the future, these artificial neurons could be used to repair damaged brain circuits, enhance brain-computer interfaces, and even monitor living tissues in real time, all with nearly zero energy use. It's the kind of breakthrough that brings electronics closer to the essence of life, where the line between a living being and a synthetic one starts to disappear. If machines can learn and respond like living cells, imagine connecting them to innovations like the one we're about to see. Pay close attention. Yeah, my friends, the line between the biological and the artificial just got even thinner. A head form technology in Shanghai, known for their realistic head from a previous episode, revealed the ELF V1 Bionic Humanoid robot featuring lifelike skin, blinking eyes, and near human expressions. According to the company, it's designed to interact with us humans in a natural and even emotional way. Unlike typical metallic robots, the ELF V1 was designed to live alongside humans in homes, hospitals, and offices. Its face has 30 artificial muscles driven by brushless micromotors and controlled with millimeter precision. These motors operate in complete silence, adjusting every facial movement, with impressive fluidity from a smile's curve to the subtlety of a curious glance. A head form says the robot runs on artificial intelligence algorithms, self-supervised, integrated with LLMs and VLMs. These are the same technologies that allow artificial intelligence to understand the context of a conversation, interpret human emotions, and react a bit more naturally. In other words, ELF V1 not only understands what you're saying, but it also understands how you're saying it. The company says a major challenge was avoiding the uncanny valley, that uneasy feeling we get when we see figures that resemble humans but aren't fully human. To achieve this, a head form developed an ultra-thin bionic skin that can reproduce the texture, shine, and even the elasticity of human skin. In addition, there's also a system for simulating, dynamically expressing, and generating emotions. The result is a face that reacts with lightness and credibility. The ELF V1, it blinks, looks to the side, raises its eyebrows, and moves its lips, all perfectly synchronized with its speech. It detects human emotions in real time and adjusts its tone, posture, and expression accordingly, whether it's to comfort, respond, or just keep up with an ongoing conversation. A head form believes that this will be the first step toward emotionally aware robots, capable of bridging the gap between technology and human empathy. What do you think? I don't think this will take long to happen. While Tesla invests in factory robots, a North American startup is focusing on something more personal: robots that live with us and don't replace us. Cartwheel Robotics introduced YOG, a humanoid designed for homes that moves naturally, handles small tasks, and forms real emotional connections with people. YOG uses medical-grade silicone and soft materials, unlike the cold metallic robots we've seen. Its body was built to be safe, welcoming, and comforting to touch. Yet beneath this friendly exterior lies advanced engineering. YOG features high-torque actuators with overload protection and a modular, interchangeable battery for hours of continuous operation. Scott Laval, chief executive officer of the startup, said YOG was designed differently. We want robots to move, respond, and connect more like humans. YOG is not just an assistant, it's an emotionally intelligent companion. Those are his words. The company is focusing on a proprietary platform that combines hardware, artificial intelligence software, and movement systems into one ecosystem. This fusion enables YOG to understand commands, express subtle emotions, and respond contextually, nearly achieving natural interaction. The robot was made to offer light home assistance, carry items, and aid the elderly and those with reduced mobility. However, it can also occur during emotionally unstable times. The company calls it a robot that listens, responds, and understands patiently. Plans for healthcare-specific versions are underway, and initial talks have started with a major United States medical institution to test YOG in clinical settings. Universities are interested in using it for research and human-machine interaction. The first full-body prototype will debut at the Humanoid Summit in December in Silicon Valley. Meanwhile, Elon Musk claims that Tesla, his company, will have 1,000 Optimus robots operating in factories by the end of this year, something that seems less and less likely. No, it's not. Cartwheel Robotics is choosing empathy over efficiency. A deep question arises. If robots can now understand emotions and connect with us, they will stop being just tools and become companions in our lives. Well, YOG could be the beginning of this new era, not of robots that produce a lot of things, but of those that feel much more. Formula One car racing now faces competition not only on the tracks, but also in the skies. Jetson Aero, the Swedish startup known for its Jetson 1 eVTOL, has unveiled the Jetson Air Games concept. It's an air racing tournament where humans pilot single-seat electric aircraft. The event promises to turn personal air mobility into a high-adrenaline sport. The Jetson 1 is an ultra-light multicopter. This is the first time I've heard it's not a flying car, and that's a good definition. It places the pilot in a minimalist X-shaped frame with 8 propellers controlled by a 4-axis joystick. Even with its futuristic look, is that thing real? It hits a top speed of 102 km/h, powered by high-discharge lithium-ion batteries that give around 20 minutes of flight. Okay, the idea isn't new. Australian Airspeeder and similar companies have tested electric racing vehicles with vertical takeoff and landing, but without human pilots. Jetson went a little further and raised the game, literally by putting people inside these flying machines. In May 2025, the company held its first official pilot race, with Chief Executive Officer Steph DeHaan emerging as the winner. Since then, the concept has evolved into something much bigger, a global competitive format with aerial circuits, maneuver towers, and synchronized formation among multiple eVTOLs. At the Web Summit 2025 in Buttonville, Arkansas, Jetson showcased formation flights, high-speed races, and debuted the Jetson Air Games. Co-founder Thomas Patton described the audience's response as explosive and the crowd's energy as incredible. It was a moment of pride and a clear sign that Jetson is indeed ready to lead the next chapter of aviation. Jetson 1's popularity is so high that 2026 and 2027 units are already sold out. The company has over 550 orders, with the first delivered to Oculus founder Palmer Luckey, who has waited since 2023 for his aircraft. The Jetson 1 currently costs $128,000 with an $8,000 deposit, but that amount will rise to $148,000 in November. If you're considering buying, prepare your money and go for it. The vehicle is software limited to prevent excesses, but those who have already tested it say that piloting the Jetson is like being inside a real video game, only 100 meters above the ground. Stabilization, artificial intelligence, lightweight electric propulsion, and intuitive control can make single-seat eVTOLs launch a new era in sport aviation, something between auto racing and free flight. So, did you like this episode here? Remember that all the sources for everything you've seen are here in the description. Thank you very much for staying with me until now. Click on one of the 2 options on your screen, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, leave a comment, Tech Egghead. Let's get this video to engage, all right? Thanks for staying with me. Leave a comment if you made it to the end. Bye.